Every once in a while, I'd like to go and talk about a topic I know nothing about. Today is that day. And what I want to talk about is sales. Yes, I don't know much about sales. I've never been in a sales role, but I just have some ideas about how things should be done. And I'm sure everyone does that. But I'm just going to talk about some ideas I had and some recent experience that I had with sales outside of lead support that made me think something about that we do in a lead support environment. So let's talk about that. So one of the things I see that we do in lead support is when a new salesperson starts, we give them a list of potential contacts, maybe clients that we haven't worked with in a long time, and just say, okay, just start calling all these people, emailing them, and see if you can revive a client or bring a new client in and start, working with them. And this is what's always been kind of weird to me, is we're taking someone who doesn't know anything about business, they just started, they're trying to figure things out, and we're putting them into this position where they need to talk to a potential client and trying to turn them into a real client. So why do I think this system is faulty? Well, what happened to me is some time ago when I was registering my company. I registered on LegalZoom, and my email, of course, got sold to every possible company. So I was getting email from everyone, letters, and so on. But then one of the emails, actually the phone calls, was, hey, we're an accounting firm, and we're offering a 30-minute free consultation. And to which I said, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I could use 30 minutes of asking somebody questions because I do have legitimate questions about accounting in running my business. So I agreed to the consultation, and I got a call scheduled, and this completely junior person calls me up and starts going off, pre-written script, almost reading it. Hey, did you know that you could be saving money if you do so-and-so and you register so-and-so with IRS and so on? I'm like, oh boy. All right, look, we got 30 minutes. I actually have some legitimate questions. So he goes, all right, go ahead, ask me. And so the first question I ask him, and he goes, oh, yeah, I don't want to give you your own information. Let me go ask someone. So he goes away, comes back, and gives me an answer, which, not a bad answer, but, I could have followed up and asked more questions. So not super confident, but okay, he gives me that answer. So then we go back to his script, he keeps going and going, and then something he says that interests me. I go, oh yeah, so you said that. How would it work and so and so? So he goes, wait a minute, let me go check. And again, he goes away, he asks somebody, he comes back, and again, kind of answers my question. I don't really have too much confidence in what he says, but I guess he asked somebody who's more experienced than he is. And after we spent half an hour going mostly through his script and trying to answer some of my questions, he tries to sell me on their services, which are, I can sign up with their firm for like a monthly or yearly fee, and anytime I have accounting questions, I just call them up and I ask them. But after this kind of consultation, I have no confidence in this company anymore. What if I call him up, I'm going to talk to this guy again, and he's just going to be running away and asking somebody a question? I don't want that experience. I don't care how much they cost. So naturally, I did not sign up with a company. I wasn't going to anyway, but this really made it clear for me that even if I had questions to an actual accounting firm, I don't think I would be asking them, because that's not the experience I want. I don't want somebody just repeating my question to somebody else and coming back with an answer. I want to talk to somebody who's knowledgeable in what they're talking about, that could give me more value from me just asking a question. They could go in, oh, and did you know you could also do this and that, rather than just simply answering my question. Right, so then you say, okay, Nikolai, I get your point. You don't want to talk to a junior person. You want to talk to an experienced sales professional or lead support professional or somebody. But then where do junior people come in? How do junior people get started in that trade? How do you utilize somebody who's less skilled, who doesn't know too much, and how do they get started, right? What is your plan for that? Well, I thought about it, and here's what I'm thinking. What if the discussion was a little bit different? What if I started talking to somebody who is experienced, right? So we get on the phone, I start asking him questions, and I say, okay, I have a question about so-and-so. They answer, they give me additional information, they go beyond my question, they give me more suggestions, like they demonstrate to me they clearly know what they're talking about, and they actually give me some kind of value out of that 30-minute conversation. Well, then I would be more inclined to work with that firm. And so what the experienced person would do at the end of the call, they would say, hey, we had a good conversation, but let me introduce you to my assistant or to my more junior person. Now, I know he's less knowledgeable than me. He'll be your first point of contact. You give him a call if you need anything. Ask him questions, whatever you need. And I'm going to be right behind him. As soon as you have a question that he's not able to answer, I'll be on the phone with you that second and we'll be talking again. All right? Would that be okay if we set it up like that? And I would be like, perhaps, yeah, this is not necessarily bad. So unless that junior person is really terrible or I can get access to a more senior person, then I would be disappointed. But if I'm able to talk to the junior person, get my questions answered, and get the senior person on the phone as soon as it gets more complicated, I would probably be happy in that situation. So could this idea or model from an accounting conversation translate into something in sales of e-discovery? I don't know, but this is kind of where I drew the parallel between an accounting and the sales that we do in e-discovery, and I noticed how similar they are. Anyway, like I said, I don't know much about sales, so please correct me in the comment section below. Tell me why I'm wrong, why I'm crazy, why it would never work, or perhaps it could. All right, I will see you in the next video.